Without further ado, I want to introduce our head football coach, Lloyd Carr.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning. The last 39 years I have spent my life in the greatest of games, and I've loved every moment of it. For the last 28 years, I've spent my life in the greatest of places, the University of Michigan. And for the last 28 years, I've had the greatest of jobs, Michigan football. 13 years ago, when I was named the head coach, I took as my guide the words of Parkinham Beatty. He said, "By your own soul learn to live. If some men thwart you, take no heed. If some men hate you, have no care. Sing your song, dream your dream, hope your hope, and pray your prayer." And that's what I've tried to do. And so on this week of Thanksgiving, no one has more to be thankful for than I do. And I want to say thanks to some people who have been instrumental in my life here at Michigan. And it's impossible to name all of those who have helped me, who have assisted me, and who have been there in time of need. First, I want to thank the Board of Regents, the University of Michigan. I have never, not one time, had any interference from them. And I've had great support from those people who have served in what is a difficult job. I have worked for two great presidents, people who, in the history of university life in this country, are among the best. They have served this institution in ways that make us all proud. And I've had the great fortune to have a great relationship with both of them. Lee Bollinger, when I became the head coach, I went up and saw him, and from that moment, I admired the way he ran the university, and I certainly admired the way that he dealt with me and all the issues. He was not a great football fan, but he understood the role that intercollegiate athletics played, and he understood the kind of program that he wanted. And Mary Sue Coleman is a beautiful lady and a tough-minded, decisive leader who has been a delight during the years that I've worked with her. I worked for three athletic directors, all of them good men and people who loved this institution. Joe Roberson, who hired me as the football coach here at Michigan, and Tom Goss, who was here a number of years, a former player and a guy that I respect and admire. And most recently, Bill Martin, who was a guy that's done some extraordinary things here in terms of Michigan athletics. And during the course of our relationship, he has done everything that I've ever asked him to do. And we've had a great relationship. He's one of those guys that is a stand-up guy, and I appreciate all of the things that he did to help us in football. Our staff at Schimbeckler Hall, we have a great family there. There's a lot of love in that building, and I've been fortunate to be surrounded by some great people that have been here before I got here, and people who went beyond the call of duty in terms of helping this program be successful. The people within the athletic department, the our academic support program, the medical staff we have here, people who understand that it is the health and welfare of the student athlete that always comes first. And so our parents of our players always know that their health is not going to be sacrificed for what we're trying to do here. The faculty and the administration here have been tremendous. And our coaches, I want to thank men who are talented, men who have great passion, love for the game, and great love for the players. They are men who have represented this university with great integrity, and I admire and respect and love all of them. And last, I want to thank our players, because that's really the essence of intercollegiate athletics. I've always felt, and I always tried to create an environment and have a program where one of the values that we cherish is that when these guys leave here, they've had an experience that will be meaningful to them beyond the field of play. And I've loved them all. And sometimes that has been tough love. But in the big picture, in the big scheme of things, I just admire, in today's world, intercollegiate athletics at a place like Michigan, the pressure on those guys is unbelievable. And they got to want that pressure. And I admire the way they've handled it. I admire the way they've competed. And I love them for the way that they love the University of Michigan. I had the opportunity several years ago to get to know Robin Fleming, a former president here at Michigan during the 60s and 70s. And I went up to see him one day, and I had a problem with a player, and I wanted to get his input. And he told me when he became the president at Michigan, he came in with the premise that college students are going to make mistakes. And, you know, that hit me in a way that I hadn't understood before. And it changed my approach, because, you know, anytime a player got in trouble, that's one of the worst things that you can have as a coach. And but his insight helped me to understand that the most important thing you can do as a coach when a guy has a problem is to deal with it in a way that will help him understand that he has to be accountable, and he has to do things in a way that will prove that he wants to be here. And I can say this, that for the great majority of guys I've recruited here, I'm extremely proud of, and I am thankful that I've had the opportunity to coach them, because in many instances I learn more from my players than they ever learn from me. I have been in a position here to make so many great friends, and I'm thankful for that, because it has enriched my life and really